Hello, hello, and welcome back, and happy Halloween. Today we are going to be doing something I like to call Gothic Romance. I have been wanting to do this red and black ombre for ever and ever, and I thought, now's as good a time as any. We're going to be using two colors from Double Dipped. The first one is Black Pearl, and it is extremely pigmented. And the other is Crimson Vixen, also extremely pigmented. These are great for this look, and I'm excited to get into it. We are going to do some stamping as well. But the focus of this video, it is the 6th episode, installment, whatever you want to call it, in my Dip Powder Ombre Series. And today I'm going to do a quick review of the Scrub Ombre, and then we're going to get into what I have heard called a Halo Ombre. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. But I've also called it a vignette ombre. You know, a vignette in a photo is like the outside edges of the picture are like smoky black kind of. Yeah, that's the effect we're going for. So first thing I'm going to do, as I said, I'm going to review how to do a scrub ombre. I figured I would leave this in, you know, showing you on my pinky nail how I do the scrub ombre, because these two colors lend very well for seeing exactly how that works. Yeah, because it's this bright red, and then I'm scrubbing this extremely pigmented black into that red, and it just, yeah, this black is so pigmented. I mean, I was just tapping it on, not even really scrubbing, and it is doing the job very, very well. Yeah, this is like an extremely pigmented black. I don't think I would ever want to dip my finger into this black. I would never get it all off of my finger. I highly recommend it for this kind of a scrub ombre, though. It did not take very much work at all. As you could see, I was just basically tapping it in and kind of scrubbing, but not really. And it did the job. So I was really impressed with that. So I'm going to repeat the steps. I'm going to pour over the red, and I am pouring over the red for the exact same reason. It is so pigmented. I would not want to stick my whole finger into it, because then I would have red up underneath my fingernail and all around my sidewalls and in my cuticles. And pouring over is a much better option when you have such a pigmented color. So I'm just tapping it on. I'm pouring it on, and then I'm going to tap off excess. And I'm not going to brush off. I'm just going to go right into scrubbing that black into the tip of that nail again. And as you see, I sped it up just a bit, because even though it's not going to take a whole lot of work, I'm trying to... No, this is not going to be the focus of this video. So I was just like, okay, let me show them, but let me kind of get through it quickly. So that's why I sped it up quite a bit. So once this is done, we're going to move on to the halo. But again, even though this is extremely pigmented, I did want to also scrub into some clear, just to make the very tip of that nail as black as possible. I didn't want any red showing through, so I thought, well, I'll do a layer of it with it scrubbed into the clear, and yeah. So that is done now, and I am going to get into this Halo Ombre. And as you can tell, I have a cute, that is what you call, what do you call them? I don't even know. Cuticle protector. I'm just going to call it that. But I got those from Maniology, and they just kind of wrap around your finger and protect your sidewalls and your cuticles from staining, basically. I use them for stamping sometimes, but I thought, you know, with this red being so pigmented and then scrubbing the black around the edges of my nail, I thought, you know, I may want to protect those cuticles and sidewalls from staining with this black, because, I mean, it's really, when you see what the process is, if I had not protected my cuticles, I would have had quite a mess to clean up. And these worked really well for keeping all of that black dip powder out of all the creases and crevices, if you know what I mean. So anyway, enough of that talk. What I have begun to do now, and I'm using a very small, I think this was a smudger brush, a brush that I used to like smudge out eyeshadow and eyeliner and that kind of stuff. It's a very small, densely bristled eyeshadow brush. And it's perfect for the Halo Ombre because you can really kind of get in there and get just the edges of your nail without getting all of that, you know, extremely pigmented black in the center of the nail, which is where I want the concentration of red to be, if that makes sense. I say that a lot, if that makes sense. Because, you know, I always want to check in and see, like, if what I'm explaining makes sense to others besides myself. Does that make sense? Sorry, it's kind of a go-to thing, I guess. I say it a lot in my videos. But I truly hope that if it doesn't make sense, you let me know down in the comments, because, you know, I just want to make sure you're following what I'm saying, because sometimes I just get to talking, and sometimes I go on a tangent, and sometimes I go off track, and yeah, so, okay, enough of that. Doing exactly what I'm saying I do, right? All right, so now we're going in with another coat of base, and I am going to pour over again with the red and do the exact same process again. I'm going to scrub the black around the edges of the nail, all the way around my free edge, my cuticle, sidewalls, but trying extremely hard to not get a lot of that black into the center of the nail, because I want the center of the nail to remain red and the most outside edges of the nail to be the most saturated in black and to blend out towards the center of the nail. So from the free edge and the sidewalls and the cuticle in towards the center. So you're scrubbing the ombre. You want the fade to go towards the center of the nail. I hope you're following this. I hope that watching me do it while I'm explaining it helps you understand what I mean. So I'm going to finish that up. And then I'm going to do a layer of clear as I did with the regular scrub ombre. And I'm going to do a little bit more scrubbing just to make sure that it's saturated and really scrubbed in there. And then we'll cap everything in clear. And I'm going to file and shape off camera, of course. That's what I usually do. Someday I will get an in-depth video on my filing routine up for you all. I know I've been saying for quite some time that I was going to do that. I've done it a little bit in my videos, but I haven't done one that's 100% focused on that. So it's on my list, though. There's just so much I want to do and so little time in my life. But I'll get there. So anyway, yes, I'm going to finish this up. I'm going to do a layer of clear, scrub a little bit into that. I'm finishing the Halo Ombre on my middle finger off camera. And then we're going to cap everything in clear. And once that is done, I'm going to file and shape off camera, as I mentioned before. And then we'll get into some stamping. We will stamp a design on the two nails that I did the Halo Ombre on. So hang tight and stick with me, and we'll get to that. when I come back. Now let's get into this stamping. Because this is a design that covers the majority of my nail, I'm going to apply a coat of sticky base coat to the entire surface of the nail. And then while that is drying, I'm going to pick up my stamp. By the time I have picked up my stamp and I'm ready to apply it, the sticky base coat will be tacky enough that the stamp will stick to my nail. And that's pretty much the process. I'm going to do the same exact thing for both of those nails. So I'm going to apply the sticky base coat, pick up my stamp while I'm waiting for that to dry a little bit and become tacky, and then apply the stamp. So that's pretty much it. And then I'm just going to sort of line the center of that design up right in the center of my nail where the majority of the red is. Yeah, so it looks sort of like a vignette. That is the exact look I'm going for. I hope that it translates. Now that I finished stamping, I'm going to apply a layer of smudge-free top coat. The smudge-free top coat, the sticky base coat, and the black stamping polish are all from Maniology. I'm going to list all of the items that I'm using in this video down in the description box. I am a Maniology ambassador, so I have a discount code, which I will put up on the screen for you. And it is an affiliate code, so I do get a small commission if you shop using my code. So if you do, I thank you. I am also an affiliate with Double Dipped and have a discount code with them as well. I will throw that up on the screen for you as well. And I will also have them listed down in the description box. So I have activated my pinky, index finger, and thumb, and I'm applying the first layer of top coat to those 3 nails. And then I'm going to activate my middle finger and my ring finger. And while I'm waiting for that activator to dry, I will finish top coating my pinky, index, and thumb, and then I will go in with top coat on my ring and middle fingers. Whew. All right, so that's what we're going to do. And I'm going to take another moment to breathe. And when I return, we'll wrap everything up and I'll give you my final thoughts. Okay, I just love that creepy smoke effect way too much. It was perfect for this video. Anyway, we are done. Everything is top coated. It's nice and shiny. And my final thoughts are this. I wish I'd done the matte. I wish I'd done the matte. Why didn't I do the matte? Okay, so here's the thing, right? I love how the ombre nails look shiny. I don't love the index and ring finger shiny. I think it's because I want to be able to see the Halo Ombre with the stamp. And when it's shiny like that, the reflection just kind of hides it all. Anyway, so when I was done filming this and I started trying to take pictures, I was like, you know what? I'm going to do it. And I filed off the top coat and I applied a matte top coat. So hang out until the very end because I'm going to throw a picture in there of what they look like matte. In fact, if you saw the thumbnail for this video, the picture I used in the thumbnail is the final look with the matte top coat. So those are my final thoughts. And I'm just loving these Gothic Romance nails. I think they're kind of vampy and sexy. What do you think? Anyway, I hope you all have a happy and safe Halloween. If you have any plans for tonight, let me know down in the comments. I am curious because I'm not doing anything. Not a darn thing. I'm just going to stay home, order in, and watch some movies. Thank you so much for being here with me, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye now.